Hello, Dixon. Welcome to the stream once again. Tonight, yet another, I guess, roughly 1 hour adventures. This time chasing some new clues and whatnot. And before we go that far, I think I'm a little bit gonna explore, because that's part of the fun in this game. Hello, Tia. And also because I have no clue how to get to the very place. So here I'm sipping a little bit of whiskey and figuring out what to do. If you know anything about my gaming style, I'm kind of a prone to these kind of viewpoint places, because I'm always like, okay, could I get that fast travel place?
Not my cup of tea. Never been a fan of Assassin's Creed, but hope you're having fun.
Well, hello, SK. Yeah, I guess I still am not that much of an Assassin's Creed fan, but I mean, I'm kind of slowly becoming one, because I liked Assassin's Creed Valhalla so much, and Mirage was a good game as well. And I gotta say, these Japanese themes are... Oh, fuck me. That was a poor attempt. So as I was saying, I like these Japanese themes, you know, becoming the kind of Assassin Ninja is basically the best kind of Assassin's Creed stuff you can really do, in my opinion. I mean, whatever is better in terms of becoming an assassin than being a ninja, right? So, in that sense, I mean, this is like the perfect setting for an Assassin's Creed game.
Whiskey is great though. Like it with a little bit of smokiness. Thumbs up. Light skin tone.
Oh yeah, Tia, you're right on. I pretty much always, not always, but most of the time, when I'm having whiskey, it's the smoky kind, like I am having now. So, smoky Scotch whiskey. Okay, so the bridge is right there. So nothing wrong with Riesling, obviously. So I'm good that you people are enjoying your Friday evenings. And as you can see, I'm not really fighting these enemies here, because, you know, just waste of energy to just try to, you know, fight them all. Okay, now I'm gonna die. Nope, here I am. And talking of Ghost of Yotei, I mean, totally waiting for that as well, but in a way, Assassin's Creed and, Assassin's Shadows in particular, and Ghost of Yotei, I think they're different, but kind of catering to the same, taste, in a way. Okay. Yes, also, I'm a little bit having a whiskey here. Just opened the bottle just before I started gaming. I mean, gaming is so much more fun when you have a little bit of booze, right? So anyway, I'm totally enjoying Shadows so far, because I love open world games. To me, they are like way more enjoyable than your typical, pipe runs. And by pipe runs, I mean the very narrow corridor games, you know, the kind of like old Doom games, for instance, or Call of Duty games. I mean, of course, there's a benefit of having very strict narrative and how you run the whole storyline like running in a pipe. But personally, I prefer, more open world approach to gaming. Besides, I like to explore places. I've always been that kind of a gaming. So when I was like reading as a kid for the first time about these games that you could really like explore big worlds, my mind was blown. But obviously when I started gaming like with Commodore 64 era, I mean back then there were no real open world games except for some few ones. And I get that people are not as much into my ramblings as I am probably into, but here it is. If you don't like it, it's fine. Okay, I don't want to jump into the unknown. Okay, once again we have more of these big badass warriors. If I'm gonna go there, I most likely will get myself killed. But then again, who wants to live forever and all that stuff? So let's just run about. Of course, I can't kill those badass guards. They're way too high level for me. So I'm just like, okay, bye. I'm just gonna escape, which means I have to do a little bit of swimming. I doubt I can just climb here. No. I mean, what kind of a castle or fortress this would be if I could just, jump in and jump back. I know this is not the most enjoyable way to enjoy a game for me, randomly going into different places, so I'm trying to entertain you with my stupid silly stories while I'm running like a headless chicken here. Alright, so now that I have revealed this
Sign of the Lone Skull Black Heart.
Hello goddess. So while I'm trying to figure out where is my Mitsumune now, here it is. It says that he's in Itsumisetsu, okay, Japanese, right? And north of Amagasaki. And now we're getting, I started coming from here, so I'm basically running through these castles, getting the waypoints, because obviously they give me, fast travel options. So in case you're wondering, why do I want to go for these viewpoints? But the real thing is, this is the Itsumisetsu area. Good. And now we are at Amagasaki. So we need to find Nunobiki Falls. So if we take this map, right, and consider that this area is Izumisetsu Falls, where could it be? There's one option, but that's not really north of Amagasaki. So I'm thinking this looks like a place where you could have some kind of a fall. So let's grab a horse and explore a little bit. And then when we track this cutscene, precisely, look, I'm a natural scout. So my point here is, finding these allies and all, that's part of the whole quest. It's just not about like running after an icon, which I really like what Ubisoft is now doing with this game as opposed to a lot of other games. There are no clear pointers, more like clues, and then they let you do the finding. So I'm gonna reward myself with a little bit of whiskey here. And SK, if you're still there, realize this, it's only like 5 weeks to Steelfest.
和田これだけを撃つため兵力をお貸しいただきたい。
織田が攻め入った時は4万の軍勢を誇っておったが今はこのざま。
And by the way, before I forget, tomorrow is Rauta's normal monthly stream. So around this time. But tomorrow I will have some questions and answers for you guys. And talking about future trips for Rauta. There's quite a few which I need to plan.
京女様は由緒ある像を託してくださった。親鸞様の護衛だ。親鸞様は宗祖であり、極楽浄土に往生する道を主情に示してくださった。
恥ずかしながらそのお方は存じませんでした。
その方がよかろう。近頃は名を口にするだけで殺されかけるゆえ。なれど護衛を盗まれたままにもできんのだが、取り返したくとも我らにはその力がないのだ。
力を借りるのにその像を取り戻す必要があるなら私が参りましょ
う。では待とう。
So, game. Okay. Scenery Hills. So roughly here. Toneyama Post Town. Okay, I think this pretty much gives us the reason to get the horsey my horse. Now, if I wanted to go for the easy way, I would just put the Pathfinder on, which you can see here as pushing a button. But part of the whole fun is obviously, you know, not do it automatically. So instead, just like figuring out directions. I get it, some people want to have it easy way, and by no means I'm saying it's not a bad option, especially if you're like low on gaming and hours, much like me. It makes sense that you would like to just okay, here it says the Kakuregalo fast shuttles. So my point here is nothing wrong, you know, choosing the option that pleases you as a gamer. I had the kind of an elite mindset that, oh, you cannot do this or that or blah blah blah. You should be enjoying the game the same way I am doing. Like, what the fuck? If you wanna have all the options and helpers on, why not? And I get it, some other people wanna do it exactly the different ways. But that's the beauty of, you know, gaming versus movies and books. I mean, there is basically like just one way to read a book or watch a movie. You can interpret them in the following ways, but when we're talking about gaming, that's one of the beautiful things is you are free to explore things the way you want. Alright, let's get this viewpoint once again, and as such the fast travel option. These are also beautiful ways, in my opinion, to see the whole view around the area. Like,
hopefully I'll fall asleep. Is ASMR something you're able to enjoy?
I never figured out that ASMR would be my kind of a thing, but I get it. If it's for people who get to relax with that, I mean, why not? This undiscovered location. All right. And since we are here, I want to see what this path of valor is all about. Path of valor. It's me dying here. Okay. Let's do another attempt on this one. And here we go. So as you can see, sometimes I'm like, hey, this option looks way more interesting than the original quest. Well, that's how I play open world games. I tend to be inspired by a lot of weird things. But I guess that's my mind in real life as well. I'm just like, whatever sparks my imagination, whatever inspires me, I go with that rather than always the, you know, set up plan. So for example, if I would in real life find this kind of a path, I would be totally going for it. Like a few years ago when I was coming home, it was dark and then there was this candlelit pathway in the middle of fucking forest basically. And I was like, I want to go see where this goes. So I parked my car and pretty much just went to see what it was. And to my disappointment, it wasn't some cool occult party or whatever, or people celebrating Satan or something. It was actually some forest church for Christian people, and I was like, what the fuck? But it was an interesting journey, let's put it this way. So I'm very keen to know where this path leads me to. And it seems a lootable box. Excuse me. So I got some knowledge point and also some kind of loot. So let's take a look at the inventory. Oh, look at this Damakichi hood. Cool. They're looking like a proper ninja now. And it seems, yes, one mastery point. So let's see what we can use this with. This looks great. Let's take this one, Tidal Wave. Yeah. So back to the actual mission. So now you understand why I like unlocking these fast travel points. This whole trip took quite a bit me to the wrong direction. So now let's use the fast travel option to get back. So this place looks like this could be the Toneyama post town. So the classic haystack jump of Assassin's Creed style. Get a little bit of hey, now this dude is levitating. So getting these items, they're more like resources for the hideout improvement, which I might show you later on in the game. Okay, but it seems like we're now in the right place. So this time I wanna go for a little bit of assassination mode, right? Because after all, that's such great stuff. They're pushing one another. They don't pay attention to me. Hello, monkey. Can I pet monkey? No. Just if I remain unseen. Ah, was boring. I was ready to assassinate them. See myself ass kicked. But okay, let's use this approach. So of course we can mark the targets here, which is probably the smart thing to do. But I'm pretty sure that if I want to loot all these, you know, yellow items and shit, I probably have to kill at least some. So let's start doing like this. Oh, that motherfucker saw me. He didn't have a chance. So much blood. As you can see, there are these things like over here you could just toss down to some kind of a distraction. But no distraction was needed, so maybe this time we'll just see if we can kill this.
Hilltop.
Hello, Moilanen. And this is how you kill. What is nice is, of course, that you get to actually move the bodies in case you want to stop those alarms happening. And you can even shut down lights, so in case you want to be more discreet with your approach. Okay, let's see if we can kill this big guy. These cutthroats are so brutal. I gotta test this special attack I recently got, like how it's gonna work. It's pretty interesting. I could use my scouts to smuggle some stuff if I had more. Okay, let's mark the targets once again. Okay, there is this turquoise dot, meaning the target is right there. And of course I want to assassinate some bastards first. This gets a flying dagger. And now somebody else spotted me, right? Well. Okay, this is... This is some serious guy. But he couldn't stand my fearful attacks. Now I get my throwing knives back. But just perfect. This is how streaming should always be. Just perfect execution instead of failures like I had with the previous stream, which I guess was more fun to watch. Like, look at these streamers, he sucks so much. Okay, I'm marking once again the targets because I don't want to die just because I'm sloppy. Yeah, looting is such a rewarding experience, to be honest. It's almost like too easy for me now. Usually I suck a lot more with my planning, but I don't know. This is a real murdering hobo, basically just killing everybody. But as you can see, there's so many enemies that this kind of approach is very much needed, so I don't get like gang banged by these very enemies. Oops, and there we are in photo mode. Oops, okay, there, first blood. That was a perfect dodge, by the way, in case you wondered why the guy flashed all yellow after my attacks. So, like I said, without preparing, this is the kind of stuff that can happen. So I almost got too many enemies at one go. But not too many. For real.
amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually things don't go this well, so it's nice that, you know, little bit careful planning actually like goes like how you want. So now there's like a couple of enemies right there, and I'm pretty sure that I have to face them. Okay, see, there it is. Okay, now some serious action. Okay, again, I'm like... Come on! I don't get how I get this fucking photo thing happening. How about that, you big fucking monster dude? Oh, look at this sword swing. So perfect. So let's get some resources, materials. Quite a bit of loot here overall. I probably should get some of those tool refills now that I pretty much wasted all my healing items due to those combats. Yes, now rations refilled. And pretty much the whole city is destroyed. Some loot, I guess, is still there to be taken. So let's do that before fast traveling the hell out of here. But this went nicely. So now we are, of course we're not able to go there with, you know, full fast travel ways, so there's that. And let's not forget that I didn't kill the people at the entrance, so better not rush into them. Alright, horsey McHorse, we're back in business, and this time I hope that I won't forget to get the next viewpoint. So as you can see, this is one of the missions, and of course there are very many ways to acquire such items. I could have totally sneaked out without killing people, which I guess would be the morally right thing to do, but the way I decided to play my assassin is that this is a furious and vengeful creature, so definitely killing all those bastards when needed be. Kind of a like no mercy, Cobra Kai kind of a thing. And those who don't get the reference, don't worry, maybe someday you will. So here I'm taking shortcuts just taking horses through the different places.
護衛はここに
Whiskey time.
いや、誠にありがたいことだ。
Oh goddamn, it's almost 2 o'clock.
そう
Meaning
はありがたが
I gotta be going.
この
Bed
そうが
awaits
戻った今
after
ま
this
た新
one.
たな戦に向かう
I'm liking it so far. I've been tempted to get it.
Hello, Hooks Logan. I'm about maybe 5 hours in, and so far I've been vastly
お任せ
enjoying the game because I love being this ninja creature. The action, the combat is really
さ
smooth.
ようか
The parkour, how you move
護衛
through
は
the
強烈に
buildings,
届けられ
through the
わしの
roofs
守
and
りでは
shit,
務まらぬ
very, very smooth. And the graphics,
時が来れ
music,
ば我らも
superb.
共に戦うと
But
今
I
日
must
の様に
admit,
伝えてはくれぬか
I have been practicing martial arts since year 2000, so or even before that. So for
次
me,
は
this
七つ松和田これだけの居場所が
you
分
know
かってい
able
た
to revisit all these old ninja movies and even newer ones like The Last Samurai and stuff. I mean, for me, it's very, very important. So I guess that's why this game is really, really.
I never knew you were into martial arts.
Oh yeah, I started in 2000, and now past few years I haven't been doing much because COVID lockdown pretty much killed our martial arts. But I mean, I've been way longer into martial arts than like powerlifting. So my point here is because I grew up with the ninja movies and kung fu movies and shit like that, and I practiced martial arts myself. I mean, it affects how I enjoy these games, because like I said, ninja movies, samurai movies, stuff like that affect. And then of course I like open world games in general. So that is a big part why I enjoy games like this. And like I said, the whole combat experience, it's very, very smooth. It's just so fun to murder these motherfuckers with my thrown knives and shit. So all these combats are really cool.
What's your take on the games that have different endings depending on how morally you're playing? Do you think it increases replayability? Personally, I rarely replay things unless I really love the game, so in case there are different endings, I just see YouTube videos or something.
Oops. Oh, come on, that huge glob is just killing me. I didn't fully see the comment about different endings, but I guess you were saying that based on choices in games, you have these different endings. So if that's what you were referring to, it's true. And I like that the games give you different endings based how you played the game, because that's basically how life goes. I mean, if you play a bad guy, you most likely end up having that kind of a experience like in real life as well. I'm saying that games should be like real life simulators or anything like that, but the point here is I do like that games kind of reflect the choices that you make and all that stuff. Alright, here is probably the last view of today's gaming session. This spinning, rotating view on the beautiful Japanese countryside what we have here in the game. So like I said, so far, what I have like 5 or 6 hours in, I've been vastly enjoying the game. I really love the Japanese mood, the music, really great, graphics, very, very nice. And like I said, the action itself, be it sneaking, going around with stealth mode, assassinating creatures, or going full combat, very rewarding. But like I said, it has a lot to do with me growing up with the stuff, martial arts, ninja movies, samurai stuff. What's Seven Samurai, the classic movie, and you know what I'm talking about, or the more modern ones like The Last Samurai and stuff. And because open world games really do the trick for me, I like to explore a lot, loot. Yeah, there are so many reasons why I'm total, fan for this kind of game. I mean, it's not for everybody, especially those who are like more into direct pipeline
Did you
kind
play
of stuff.
Ghost of Tsushima? I really loved that one.
Oh yeah, I played Ghost of Tsushima. What it was like 3, 4 years ago when it came out on PlayStation 4, and I really liked it. There are lots of similarities between this and Ghost of Tsushima, obviously, because both are set in historical Japan. But Ghost of Tsushima was more about the kind of samurai approach. So there was more, these one-on-one combats with the certain legendary samurais. There was less ninja action. I mean, you get to play this shinobi here, and you get to be a little bit on that in Ghost of Tsushima as well. But it was mostly, in my opinion, rather direct combat and approaching the enemy and the honor and all, where this is more like, hey, I'm not gonna give you honor. I'm gonna assassinate your ass if I can, and all that stuff. So there are differences, and I think it's a great thing because um, now it's catering to different needs. It's not just like, okay, we have two games which are essentially the same, like what Call of Duty and Battlefields games are to one another. I mean, they both are first-person shooters with the very, very same kind of approach. But for me, Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Creed Shadows are like siblings. They're not the same. They're not, sequels to one another. And I think Ghost of Yotei will be a great sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, but it's not going to be the Assassin's Creed games, even if Ghost of Tsushima had a lot of Assassin's Creed and Tomb Raider elements in the game. So I'm happy they are not the same, but I also think that they're both made for gamers like me who enjoy the open vast worlds and different approaches to the gaming world. So yeah, important to have the similarities, but also very important to be different. But Ghost of Tsushima was really 10 out of 10 game for me, so I really, really fucking love that game. It's one of the best PlayStation games ever. There are a few 10 out of 10 games for me for PlayStation, and yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is one of them with Spider-Man and Horizon, the first one, and so forth. But anyway, because it's already past 2 o'clock in the morning for me, unfortunately I gotta bail out, and tomorrow I will be normal Rauta stream, which means I'm gonna be streaming from my computer, not gaming, at least before the actual stream is done. So in case you're joining me tomorrow, prepare your questions if you have any. I'm gonna be drinking a few beers, answering your questions, commenting on what's going to happen with Rauta this spring. Nothing tragic, I trust you. I promise you. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you a normal Rauta streaming stuff. So get your drinks ready tomorrow, and we'll talk about festivals, and we're gonna talk about different questions and changes, recent changes on the channel and all. So good night. Before I go, I will just take a quick look at the. Wow, I got some nice improvements, so I guess I need to. This is restricted. I don't know why. It requires a level. So I guess I will be just upgrading my items here. I don't know which one I really should be going for. This is the highest DPS. All right, let's choose this one because I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna choose the. items first, and then I'm gonna save the game. Okay, so the best headpiece already. One thing I gotta. Sure, okay, there's no way to, trade them into items. Alright, this looks good so far. So, got one big mission done, and a few viewpoints, one side mission, some equipment, all good, all good. Alright, we'll continue from this tomorrow. After the normal stream, I will be probably doing a gaming stream, so if things go as full stream day tomorrow. But now it's time to say good night, and thanks for being with me on the stream, and I guess we'll catch you later tomorrow and see. Yes, 5 hours, 15 minutes in the game. So I was saying like between 5 and 6 hours. All right, and good night, people, and see you tomorrow, I guess. Bye-bye.